Vacuum! Vacuum! Vacuum. You were saying, Liz? I'm just gonna let her keep calling here. Just keep coming. Just keep calling. Keep going. I was seeing if y'all were paying attention. Vacuum. Vacuum. That's the best thing. Vacuum. Started the stream a little early today. I was, of course, popping around, seeing who was streaming. Loyal's streaming tonight. It was really cool. He was going through resin. It's really the first time I've ever watched someone kind of go through resin. I was happy to start streaming, but I was like, oh, I kind of want to see the process. And then Loyal also told me he's sending me gold. Some Prushiment gold, I guess. He's sending me. Anyway, so I was watching Loyal, hanging out there, doing shout-outs for other people tuned in there. It was pretty cool. And then popped over to Jerry's stream briefly and caught, he said something, he said he probably upset, like, some group of people. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm upset. I didn't know what was going on. I was just kind of playing around. But apparently he was not, he was in a different place. And then he's like, oh, he was going to raid me, but I wasn't streaming yet. So I was like, oh, here, let me start streaming, because he was going to raid. But then he said, oh, I'll just raid Loyal Moses. So all of Jerry's community went over to Loyal's. That's how Loyal got the bump. Jerry was just not having a good time. I can empathize. Is that the word I want to use? Empathize or sympathize? Because Lord knows I've had those moments. Very seldom I've had those extreme moments in the sense that Jerry started to break down. It's a human thing to do. No shame in that at all. But, you know, for the past couple days, I have not been having a great time. A great time had not been had by me. Thank you for following Forever United. And now that you're following me, we are forever united. So long as you don't unfollow. Because at that point, we would be forever divided, not united. People have off days. No, Lord knows I did and have. Today was a much better day. No, vac you! Fix him, dude. Vac you. It was something about religion for Ms. Liz. Oh, I totally missed that. Yikes. Oh, she lost connection. Oh, man. It's a hard time post-holidays, etc. Well, I tell you, I mean, today was a better day for me. I can say that much. I feel like the things that I haven't had a handle on, I have a better handle on. I also feel like I ideated a bit on something that I want to do for creators. I talked about this, like doing an event for creators, and then that kind of morphed into something I think is yes, events come in tow and creator conversations come in tow, but more of a basically membership, like a club, a membership for creators and lining up discounts and exclusives for those people. But I think for that to move forward, I have to find someone who's able and willing to do outreach to line up those kinds of deals, which it's not a heavy lift. It's just someone to do it, because I wouldn't have the bandwidth for it. Forever United, great to see me online. Well, that's exactly where I've been since 1996, streaming live every day here on Twitch, 6 p.m. Pacific, sometimes a little early when I think Barnacles is going to... I went early because Barnacles says, are you online? I'm like, yeah, sure, let me pick up where you're leaving off. But it's okay. He thought she was mad. It was bad timing. Yeah, Ms. Liz, even Liz Bradshaw, Pez Liz, both Liz's I know seem to be even, even-headed, equal-headed, even spirit, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Even-handed? No, that's not it. Level-headed. That's what I'm looking. Down to earth. Level-headed. Even-tempered, maybe. Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. Y'all are my brain. I'm outthirsting my brain today. This Liz just tells you when she's upset. Yes, that's pretty much... Liz will tell you. Liz will let you know. I don't think there's any secrets between Liz and I. Liz has always been direct, and I've been direct with her, and she's always been direct with me, and that's one of the reasons that particular relationship works. She ended up losing internet. Oh man, yeah, I've been there too. Haven't had to fight that today though, thank God. That's right, A Hayes. I was streaming before it was cool, long before. Here's my problem, right? If it's a problem, well, first of all, this filament's been giving me some snags. I started printing black chrysanthemum again. This is the second iteration go around. Basically, this filament has coiled within itself deeper down, and I don't know how there was a crossover, but it like got tied underneath, and so it effectively stopped printing. And so I had to respool, or I had to like try to unwind it, and so I'm babysitting it, and I don't know if it's become uncrossed, if it will be uncrossed, if I'm gonna hit that snag again. But I have to babysit this filament, which is kind of sad. But anyway, I'm printing a black chrysanthemum, minus the bandolier and other things. But I'm gonna have a black chrysanthemum figure. Why not? You watched Book of Boba Fett twice today. So you must have liked it. You just finished chapter 3. I thought it was great. I like how it's evolving. I guess some people really were put off by a certain part of it. I don't want to talk spoilers tonight, but tomorrow, fair warning, I will talk spoilers. No spoilers now. Let's give people a day, but tomorrow night I'll put like Book of Boba Fett spoilers in the subject line. So don't worry about it, Fix 'em Dude. Not gonna spoil it. I guess some people were really put off by a certain scene, and I'm like, oh, I see where you're coming from, but like at the same time, it's like it didn't bother me that much. I'm like, it was fun. Could it have been done differently? Sure, but what are you gonna do? So I gotta get to my problem here before I forget about my problem. The Free Heathen says that he made me a great tweet. I will love it. Really? If I don't, I will, I don't know what I'll do. I will eat this vintage Boba Fett action figure. If I don't love it now. So now I'm taking all the risk. I'm incurring all the risk. Eric Abernathy Music says, I caught your videos when you started doing the vegan eating plan. Started vegan a week or two before you. Made it 1 year. Still doing it? Absolutely. No turning back. I'm vegan for life. Trust me, I eat plenty of vegan junk food. That's for sure. And Lord knows I've had plenty in recent days. I gotta watch what it is that I eat. Literally, I have to watch it go into my mouth like, I can't eat blindfolded, otherwise it ends up in my ear and it's very uncomfortable. Okay, now we've got to, Zero Cool is going to watch it tonight. Good. Spoilers tomorrow on Book of Boba Fett. Checking my Twitters. Hello, Tribe. Oh, look at that. He did. I love it. Look at this. I retweeted it here. Let me get the link for everybody here. Copy link address. I told you. That's the one thing. When you see the Free Heathen show up in your stream, you know they're going to be good screenshots. You know there are going to be like really good screenshots. So yeah, that's great. Look at that. There's the Free Heathen, the tweet. He captured the perfect moment. That is the perfect moment to capture. Like it was perfect. The master of the screenshot tweet, right there, the Free Heathen. Love you, my dude. Be safe. No worries. Going back to Loyals. Quite all right. I am here. Even I'm not, it's good. It's good to share community. So that's my problem. Thank you for speaking to my problem. And it's not a big deal, right? It's not a huge deal, but and I'll address a couple of these questions too. Before I gotta talk about my problem for a second. But Kurt ate a pound of potatoes. That's a lot. Can't Stop Lying said, love Boba Fett and how they connected to Season 2 of Mando to foreshadow. I agree. Head-to-head so far, The Mandalorian versus Book of Boba Fett. I don't know. I feel the same way. It's Star Wars, and I love it. And then I think someone else was talking about... Oh, Cisner Tech was asking about vegan and losing weight. As Eric Abernathy notes, calories in, calories out. It boils down to that. It doesn't matter what plan you follow, right? If you want to lose weight, you got to change how you approach food, period. End of story. Whether it's this, that, or the other thing. You can't just see something and then eat it. It's not a seafood kind of plan. It's like you've got to plan. You know, and there are certain times when, you know, you might have birthday cake or Panda Express, vegan chicky nuggies. And that's a lot more than your body might be able to handle for the day. But as long as you're not doing that all the time, and as long as you're keeping an eye on it and balance things out, you'll be fine. That has nothing to do with being vegan. Being vegan, for me, was more about my heart health, which, boom, major thumbs up on that. I got, you know, checked out, blood tests. I've never been healthier. Approaching 50, never been healthier. Okay, so here's my problem. Sorry, not to belabor my problem. How'd I know you had Panda Express tonight? I didn't. We did for Diana's birthday, which is really weird because she hates pandas. She's scared of them. Long story. Here's my problem. It's great to inspire other creators. I love it. I love rating other creators. I love visiting their streams. I love participating. I love supporting, engaging, accelerating. But the problem with that is I'm also a creator. So I'm streaming right now, but so are so many, like thousands and millions of amazing people that are streaming and are wonderful people that I also support. And it's difficult to, you know, pay attention to 34 different things at the same time, or even 2 different things. So my problem is having helped so many people get started, keep moving, but at the same time, I don't have anything else apart from this. And so I've been noodling. The Free Heathen, you're tilting into it. Notes, you'll have to make a network. It's what I've done in the past is host events. I've produced events. I've co-produced events. I've funded events. I've done real-world events. I don't think I'm anywhere near wanting to do another real-world event right now. But virtual events, I started to turn my attention to. And then as I started working through it, I don't want to create just another event online. I believe what I've been ideating on is more of a membership, a club for creators, people who live stream, people who post YouTube videos, TikTok, people who create content for a living and, you know, love doing it and enjoy it and are trying to be better. And effectively within that little network, within that social network, this membership, right? Got to be clear about this membership, this club. Every week I would have a conversation with another creator, a TikToker, a Twitcher, or someone on YouTube, you know, someone who creates on Etsy. Creators, people who create and have figured out how to build a business out of content creation. So those are the events, right? The micro events that happen every weekend. And then every so often, maybe doing a larger event, a scheduled event where, you know, once a quarter, you know, it's a, you know, over the weekend, it's like, these are the people that, you know, are going to be speaking or I'm going to be interviewing over the course of the weekend. So larger events as well as weekly conversations. And in this club or in this network, finding someone to help me nail down, this is not, and anything I'm sharing with you is not new. It's not, it's not, you know, mind-blowing or world-changing, but it's something that I've wanted to do for some time and largely have been held back by platforms, because if the software doesn't exist, I can't use it. I'm not a developer, and I've gone down the path of trying to develop my own thing, and I don't yet have the skill set to be a project manager. I'm in the process of mastering being a product manager and understanding the ins and outs. But at the same time, there's an opportunity to have a membership. With this membership, weekly conversations, recorded conversations. With this membership, a membership directory where you, as a creator, could post like you freelance and do these things, so people could discover, oh, I need a video editor, I need an audio editor, I need someone who does X, Y, Z. Oh, this person, oh, maybe I'll contact them. They're in the network. But then to me, the meat of it, the crux of it, is, and I've already. like I said, I've been fleshing this out. It's just a simple Google Doc, like a SWOT analysis is in there. If you're not familiar with SWOT, something that you should do anytime you're entering into a business venture, that's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, if only to gain a better understanding of, is this viable, or what are the things that you have to account for, specifically weaknesses and threats. And so I've, been fleshing those out. But to me, this membership could have multiple pillars. One pillar is the actual membership. Creators join for X a month or X a year. Another pillar could very well be sponsorship. People who, say, hey, you got a lot of creators, we want to get in front of them. We'll sponsor this, that, the other thing. Sponsorship. The third pillar could very well be, and I think the strongest pillar between these three pillars, any good business model is going to have those three pillars. That third pillar, and this is the person I'd be looking to find, someone biz dev. I could do biz dev. I could do this, but I've got a full-time job, and I'm like, that wouldn't be my strength. Someone to specifically set up affiliate partnerships and programs and manage those such that by joining this one membership site, you now have access to all these links and coupons that have been negotiated specifically for you, such that the price of membership is dwarfed by the value of products and services that specifically serve the creator market. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, let's say you're a creator and you wanted to you have audio and Moobert wasn't working well for you, and you want to do Pretzel, but you didn't want to pay for the plan. Well, if we were able to negotiate a deal where you could get a Pretzel, a Pro plan half off or something crazy like that, it would save you money doing the thing that you wanted to do. Even if you're spending money, you're actually saving money as a creator. So I feel that the third pillar of the three, the membership, that is your entrance fee that gets you access to the conversations or the events and the membership directory and all the other things that get posted and everything. The second pillar, sponsorships. And then the third pillar, like in a AAA of makers, right? Or creators. I gotta say, makers is definitely, that would be a different path because I'm a creator. So the problem I have is in enabling other creators but not going far enough. Inspiring other creators to do what they do, but then not that they're done with me, but the transactional relationship has disappeared. So to be able to migrate my interests, my expertise, into something that's less transactional in nature was the scope of me kind of fleshing this out. So yeah, I mean, does that make sense? Having those three pillars, that to me is kind of critical. Based on what you said a few nights ago about what people call themselves creator and they aren't, how are you going to weed them out so the real innovator creators benefit? It doesn't matter. Like the real creators are going to benefit because they join and they get value out of the network by listening to conversations, by attending events, by taking advantage of the partnership offers that we are able to set up. Like this to me is I did Vlogger Fair years ago in the later years with Liz as the producer and director. But this is a pivot of that. We pivoted to creator advocate, and it just didn't. Timing wasn't right. The world is now used to virtual events. It's become more accustomed to membership sites, and I believe that like I said, the viability, financial viability is bolstered by those three pillars. I'd like to see about finding someone. I think the most critical role is going to be the person to nail down the affiliate relationships and to manage those affiliate and partnership relationships. The Free Heathen says, sounds like a solid plan. Booze and stuffs at events or even hosted events. Yeah, going down the rabbit hole of doing events, that's where I will tell you, the Free Heathen, and I know you got to go. I don't want to hold you back. The value is that's where it started. I was thinking, I could do a virtual event. I've done real world events. I could do a virtual event. And I started thinking, I could do a virtual event, but then I don't want to do a one-off on Eventbrite because then people do it and they're gone. Like I need something, I need to build towards something constantly, consistently. I need that as a foundation or a stream to kind of just turn, a dial to just turn. And so I've been, like I said, ideating and thinking through what it would take. And right now, I'm going to have to bootstrap, or I'm probably going to be out of pocket to bootstrap to get the people on board that I need. A biz dev role, potentially operations. Because as an entrepreneur, if you're not familiar with this, if someone's not doing it, you got to do it. You're the leader. I have to wear many hats that I'm not very good at wearing. until I'm able to afford or accommodate or find not just a body. You don't just want to say, oh, I want to do it. Like, just because you want to do it doesn't mean you can do it. Doesn't mean you're as effective at doing that job. It's matching someone's interests with their skills, with their time, with their value, to be able to execute upon a business goal. So the strategy is to approach external businesses, clear with within the creator vertical and outreach. It's like it's cold calling, outbound, connecting, in a business development capacity to just add boom, 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 boom. So the idea would be that the network, this quote unquote network, this membership site would be able to launch at the point where the membership, or I guess the value of the affiliate stuff is like 4 times the amount of the membership. So you might say, well, what would happen if someone signs up and then they quit? Well, if you set up the affiliate links and their affiliate relationships properly that they're taking advantage of, those are potentially lifetime revenue streams. So if you got a revenue stream by creating the value of aggregating the creator-focused ignore content for a second. The creator-focused value of all these creator-oriented services, and the creator ecosystem is massive. There are like 200 some odd companies that serve the creator, right? Directly, the content creator, people like me. Content, that's the thing that keeps people coming back. Well, this weekend I'm having a conversation with Joe Dokes. This coming, then after that, I've got a scheduled conversation with X, Y, and Z, and then after that, a conversation with such and such. So these interviews that are dynamic, only available to members, and then you're able to, based upon that, drive value consistently this weekend, or then there's an opportunity depending on the platform to be able to do calls with creators. So it's open off. What do they say? Open office. No, that's the platform. Office hours. That's what I was thinking. So there could be like an office hours time where I make myself available, or someone makes themselves available, and then people ask questions, and then we're able to do live and one-on-one, either one-on-one video chat, which I'm not interested in doing because it doesn't scale well, or like a group chat where I'm able to select a person and then we do a chat, but other people are able to listen in, kind of like a video call that other people can hang out on, kind of like doing it on Twitch. Twitch would not be the platform, but that's what I've been ideating on based upon seeing a friend, a colleague really, post something about her virtual event for creators. I'm like, it's good, it's great. But I'm like, I want something a little deeper than that. I want to develop something that's tied into membership. If I can find a biz dev lead who's either a creator themselves or understands being a content creator, to take point, because that to me is going to be critical to at least getting it launched. Because on faith, I could say, hey everybody, the Creator Advocate website is now up. It's $97 a month, $4.97 or whatever, 97 for, or no, introductory offer, limited time, introductory grandfathered offer, as long as you're active, half off a membership, $47. Until the price goes up. I've launched it. That's going to get me, I don't know how many, probably not a lot. And based upon that, I would be able to do content every weekend, right? Have a conversation, line up a conversation with the content creator and talk content and how they do it and what are their suggestions and what are their tips and what do they run into, right? Having these deep conversations, and me leading that, right? Because people know me. They say, oh, I know Chris Pirillo. Chris Pirillo's been doing it for a while. And some people might say, well, Chris Pirillo he doesn't he suck now? Look at his statistics. He sucks. You don't understand. It's not about me. It's about the people that I've inspired to do far better than I could have ever done. So that to me is the foundation of the business principle. It's not about necessarily my success. It's my interest, but it's about my success in having enabled others and inspired others to do what they've done. And so that to me is would be the draw for the basis or the foundation of the network. But beyond those initial people that might say, Chris, I have faith in you, go. Here's my X dollars a month. Here's my X dollars a year. Go. And I've proven that I can do this because that was one of the reasons why I wanted to stream live on Twitch every month. Every day on Twitch for a year, to prove that I could do it. to prove that I can stick with it, to prove that I'm interested, to see what would happen, to see where it would lead. And the beauty is that it's led certain people to get into 3D printing, like Buana, who never would have been into 3D printing, or Hollywood in 3D, to get into 3D printing, which is great. But see, like I said, that's transactional. They may remember me, they may know me, and I've been a part of their journey. But to me, it's not just being a part of their journey at that point where they just take off, which is great. It's amazing to watch, to get emails from people and notes in chat from people. But I want to be consistently on their journey. So to do that, I have to create consistent value with content. I have to be able to create and find consistent value with saving them more time and more money by lining up those partnerships. So the more that gets compounded, the more value that network gets. So like people will start seeing, like, I don't know who this Chris Perillo is, but dude, that I could like save $1,000 right now by signing up for this account. And again, with the right links, some of those affiliate links are lifetime. So if someone might jump in and pay, $97 a month or whatever for access to all the past conversations and the current conversations and the groups and all that value, but if they leave, they may have used one of our affiliate accounts, and so it's like, that's okay, I'm still making $2 a month and you're not a member anymore. But if we keep adding value to that membership stack, if we keep creating content that becomes valuable and more valuable, the idea would be that X dollars a month pays for itself. And that to me is where it's critical to have a stack that's 4x the value of whatever that introductory offer happens to be, lined up before the network's able to launch. Because honestly, launching the network, I feel I found a platform, could make it close to turnkey. Like really close to turnkey. I haven't mastered marketing. I'm not great at copy. I'm not, amazing at all, a thousand things, but just to get it started, to start earning potential so that I can pay the people that I need to find, the right people to be able to help grow it. So that's what I've been ideating on. That's the problem that I've been looking to solve for myself. I'm not a stranger to membership stuff, not a stranger to content, not a stranger to events. I've done this stuff before. It's just waiting for all those pieces to align and like, okay, this is what clicks. This is what makes sense to me. This gets me excited. Sure doesn't sound like another Monday today. No, Mark, it does not. Like I said, I get energized when I ideate and when I think of possibilities and in my entrepreneurial, synapses start firing. Eric Abernathy Music says, that's cool, you can continue on simply being yourself. Exactly, Eric. And the beauty is that the creator economy, as they call it, is booming. Like, there's so many creators. So, like, it wouldn't, honestly, with the right construct, it would not take much to get people to sign up and onboard it. And at some point, when you've got enough of a base of people and you've outlined, okay, these are my strengths. I tell you, one of the first people I need to line up is someone who can help with the outreach, the outbound outreach, and lining things up and negotiating and getting those things set. That's the first person. That first person who lines that stuff up may very well migrate to being operations. And operations basically right hand, right to the CEO. Like the right hand, the person who makes sure people are on their stuff. Tasks are getting executed. Roadblocks are removed. Like everything just lines up. And then from there, production, right? Making sure that a guest is lined up, properly, or this, that, or the other thing. Because until you have someone who handles production, until you have someone who handles operations, that's the founder's job. That's like, who can handle marketing? That's my job. But like I said, I believe that it would be better to have a dedicated person on the taking point on some of these other things than it would be for me, and then just kind of filling in the gaps. So the Free Heathen says, well, it's also would be the advantage of buying power and the increased distribution. Kind of. Sorry if I'm like far behind. Thank you, Forever United, for using your Prime subscription on little old me. Appreciate it. And thank you for inching us that much more closely to this month's subscription goal. Much love to Free Heathen. Thank you for hanging out. That was my problem, but also how I intend on fixing it. Stay tuned, because I just, the more I think about it, the more excited I get. Because honestly, I did some math. I'm like, this wouldn't, it's not a heavy lift. It genuinely is not a heavy lift. Marketing to different platforms and explaining what you offer in the least amount of words is key. Attention span is all-time low as a whole. It is, Eric, but all the more reason why I would rely on my relationships of people I've inspired. So when this launched, you know, you want some, like, quotes. Like, so I would turn to people. I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to put anybody on the spot. But I'd say, hey, I inspired you to do X. Would I be able to use your quote on the front page? Would, you know, because then the people see these names, and they're like, I know that person. I trust that person. I had no idea this is the guy that helped make it happen. So it becomes that much more about, like, legit. Like, legit. I've got my list of people, like, that I would love to tap of, like, hey, if I inspired you, please, if I could use your quote, it would be great. So that's my hope. I did the monster math. I did the math. He did the math. I did the monster math. The monster math. It was a spreadsheet smash. That's as far as I was going. Black Chrysanthemum is printing just fine. Thank you for listening to my... Okay, anybody and everybody who's listening, you may not be a creator. You may not. You may be like, you know, I like watching creators, but I'm not a creator myself. It's fine. Is what I said a valid proposition for those who may be interested? Because, I mean, I'm looking to shoot holes in it like Swiss cheese, like knowing I know what my strengths are, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Because I know what they are. I'm like, yep, this is a threat. Yep, that's a weakness, for sure. Just curious. You're not a creator that starts with an M? Wait, I could think of maybe one as a tech YouTuber starts with an M. That would be a good one, Sis Nerd Tech, and that may happen. I don't know. I can't make any promises. You are a creator, though, Papa Bear. I mean, you stream. And honestly, if someone's streaming and talking and interacting, I feel they're right there. It's the question of if you're just doing it to fart around, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I say that about, I'm farting around with this 3D printer. But there are some people who see a promise and potential of building that because they enjoy it. And they enjoy that act of creation and content creation and connection and community. So it's that to me it defines a creator. If you stream, you might be a creator. If you post a video, it's like me. How did I think of it? Like I thought of this the other day. It's like, just because you upload a video to YouTube doesn't mean you're a creator. Just like if I repair my sink, if I repair my sink, I'm not a plumber. I looked up a YouTube tutorial. If Diana fixes a dishwasher, she's not a dishwasher repair person, right? It's just you've done something, but doesn't actually change the definition of who you are and how you see yourself. Marius is a creator. Oh, you're a creator? I like Thor, especially if you wield Stormbreaker. Yeah, I do enjoy the creation and interacting. There are people that build Lego and stream and ban people too. Yes, there are, Papa Bear AZ. By the way, shout out to Papa Bear AZ. If that did not happen, the mods are probably all over this stuff. Thank you for following, Marius. Really appreciate that. So anyway, I was babbling about the next direction for my entrepreneurial efforts and focus. That is to be able to better capture value on an ongoing basis and help creators flourish at any point in their journey. So that's where I am. I'm kind of excited. I'm like, yeah, I think I've answered a lot of the questions that I've had, and specifically solved the problems that I keep running into. Because there's no point in doing the same thing you've already done. Like, I can't go back, can't rewind the clock and do the things that people always wanted me to do. I got to do the thing that is going to make sense today. You'd be happy to help and give what experience I have. Oh, no problem, Papa Bear. Do not be surprised. Like, I know some of my this is another problem. Like, some of my audience, they've only been interested in watching, but at some point they become they start their own journey. with being a creator, right? And they say, oh, Chris, you inspired me to do X, Y, and Z. Well, that's great. That's awesome. But it helps you. That's great. But then you're done with me. I don't feel like a tissue paper. I don't feel used. But it was transactional in nature. And I'm trying to better, what's the best word I could use? Provide a foundation by which it's not just transactional in nature. That's fair. Would you rather be in prison for 1 year in a maximum security prison with the most hardcore criminals, or be in prison for 10 years in a low security prison with Wall Street type of criminals? In prison for 10 years, thank you very much. At that point. You started out as a YouTuber, stream a little. Marius, see, you would be a perfect kind of candidate for what it is that I'm talking about laying out. A membership site, a club of sorts, creator advocate, which, was at one point Vlogger Fair, but pivoted. Yeah, the idea is to be able to provide value on an ongoing basis through negotiated deals, through targeted content. Because there are people who watch me and just like watching me. That's great. But I want to go deeper than that. I want to be able to help people who are trying to do the same thing that I've done. It's in many ways it's that's what I tried to do with Vlogger Fair, and it didn't work because we ran out of runway. It's expensive to host an event. It's expensive to do an event, and virtual events then were not the same as they are now, at all. Mighty Bean is down for this club. You're YouTubing now too. That's what I'm saying. Everyone, it's never been easier to be a creator ever. So then, when this is launched, suddenly now, when I do Twitch, I've got something else to talk about. I've got saying, hey everybody, all right, this weekend I'm going to be talking to Joe Dokes on the Creator Advocate website. If you're not a member, feel free to join. We got creator values over there, and the idea, it's got to start somewhere, and I will be curious to know how it starts, but I want to make sure I approach this in as reasonable a way as I can, because I need to give something a go, and just creating content doesn't do it. This outlet for me, creating on Twitch, I love. I just love this. I love interacting. I love talking about anything that's on my mind, or even when I'm not having a good day. You'll note yesterday I had a horrible day. It was stressful for me, but I got through the end of the stream, and you might note I felt better. I sounded better because it was just, I needed to dump. I needed that out. So this has got me. I understand. I understand my current weaknesses that I believe can be circumvented, or built upon, and solved. I also understand my threats. The threats are more of a concern for me, because the threat, you can mitigate, but only so much. But that's where I kind of rely on the foundation and just getting started sooner rather than later. Hey, Sister Tech, like creating YouTube videos, made videos that have a lot of views, trying to get back on track would be helpful. That push to continue making content. That's the idea. Everyone needs constant inspiration. So if we've scheduled out these weekend events, and I have to, see, this is the thing. I got a day job. I got to pay attention to what I got to pay attention to 9 to 5. Like that's where my head's at. I've got things that I got to do. I got goals that I have to accomplish there. But beyond that, there's a reason I start streaming at 6 p.m. Pacific every night on Twitch. It's because this is my time, and this is the time that I need to talk and decompress and dump and like talk. Hey, I haven't even had a chance to open my Boba Fett figure tonight. That's where my mind is, because I love ideating. I love living the life of an entrepreneur. The reason why a lot of that content would take place on the weekend is because that's my time as well. So I could use that during the day. I can okay, this is the time of the day, the thing. But all the more reason why I need a dedicated person, to find a dedicated person to handle those initial business development relationships and build a stack, like a tremendous stack of affiliated value to be able to launch the network. And like I said, I think the biz dev role either stays biz dev and or migrates to operations, because I think that's critical to operations. Someone who has and the idea would be that the people that would join would either be creators themselves, love creators, or at least the creator community and understand it, not just people that are there to check boxes. I think that to me, kind of critical to understanding what's needed, what's missing, and also being a part of that ethos. Whether you create one YouTube video or not, day job gets in the way of what I want to do, but day job pays the bills. That's everybody. Thank you, the Free Heathen. I appreciate the faith and the support. I'm going to open my Bib Fortuna now that CNE Up is here. Kind of sounds like Patreon. It is not at all. Patreon is very limited. It's not branded. It doesn't offer some of the things that I want to offer, because I think a bigger value of bringing together a club is being able to negotiate under a new brand and control that new brand, as well as a membership directory. People that are already in the network that have certain skill sets and can offer some degree of value to anybody else who might join. So it is definitely not Patreon.
Just resubscribed for 8 months.
Like Float Plane, I think Float Plane's more content. I'm talking about a membership club, specifically for creator, enabling creators at any point in their journey. You can start a guild with a Perillo crest of arms and the whole 9 yards. I don't even know what that is. Creators that are subscribed use your logo crest in their content to help bring more traffic to you. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. Sponsorship deals. Even my channel is very small after getting mentioned in Hackaday. Sponsorship deals are good, and they will come in. And at some point, those conversations with how to, work through a sponsorship contract. And see, out of this, the initial part is just the live dynamic conversations. But at some point, there's a marketing hire that happens to develop the education, to flesh out a Twitch strategies for people, sponsorship management strategies, to flesh out YouTube. So there's an underlying value of building that educational program that can only happen when you have someone to take point on building those educational programs, specifically related to the creators and what they're asking for most. So yeah, that would come down the pike. Hey Larzu, thank you again for the faith. Appreciate you continuing to support. This is my Bib. Ooh, this is a good Bib Fortuna. This is my favorite Bib Fortuna. Even though it didn't come with any accessory. Love the soft goods. Love the sculpt. Dewana Wonga. Hey, the Midnight Smith. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. That's great. Thank you. Wow, 5 gifted subs. And we're now inching that much closer to the new goal of sub points here in this channel for the month of January. Thank you so much. Very appreciated, the Midnight Smith. Midnight Smith himself, also a content creator. So a shout out to the Midnight Smith. Bloop. Shout out the Midnight Smith. Oops. The Midnight Smith. There we go. Make sure I got it right. If we get 1 sub a day, now you'll hit it. It's possible. It could happen. And be like, we'll get to like January 31st saying, all right, can we do it? Can we do it? You're doing the same vein of maker vids, says Mighty Bean. That's nice. I'm glad to have made the connection, the Mighty Bean. Mighty Bean. And not everybody has the. This is a great bib. Dude, I freaking love this Bib Fortuna. Dewana Wanga. Dewana. Why go? Without spoilers giving anything away, how do you like the latest Book of Boba Fett episode that dropped today? I enjoyed it. They're never long enough for me. Like, I want them to be 14 times as long. I liked it. I was like, yeah, was it as much ooh as the last one? Maybe not, but it's a series. It's not just one episode. I refuse to judge a series based upon one episode. I've stuck with series that have sucked far greater than this. Now, I'm not saying it sucks. I'm just saying that. But I've stuck with series that have been far less than. Agreed, wish they were hour episodes. Dude, even Diana's like, that's it? What? You shooting for 250 subs this month? You can do it, Dan. DB3D makes. Shout out to DB3D. DB3D. Sorry, one more question. What nozzle size you use on your printer? Oh, this is just the default Prusa. The 0.4? 0.4? Is that it? It's the default. I don't do any modifications. I'm like the literal opposite of most people in 3D printing.
Astro Printer rated my stream with 12 viewers.
Did you bring all your NASA peeps? Is that Astro? Can I call you Mr. Astro now? Or are we on a first name basis? Okay, Mr. Astro. And all your 3D, I'm assuming 3D printing peeps. Or NASA peeps. Oh, you brought Jerry. Oh! You brought old curmudgeon. Marcus was here. I always start with the beginning. Sorry, Ethan's dad. 3D Marcus. That's branding. Welcome to the Play Shop. Royal Moses is printing the Boba Fett helmet. Yes, he is. He was printing a Boba Fett figure. We were going back and forth earlier tonight. Hey, Ben. Good to see you. You must have come in with the raid as well. Okay, I have to ask. Was Astro Printer printing anything? Bionic came in with the raid as well. Okay, I will scale you a blast. You're going to scale me a blaster? What? So what were you printing? What were you discussing? No? No. Well, that's okay. I'm assuming you were talking something geeky. If Jerry was there, and by the way, shout out to Jerry as well. If I'm missing any of these shout outs of people who stream, if I'm missing you here, it's not intentional, okay? It's not. I might need a jog. You may have to say, oh, I stream too, and then get you a shout out. Oh, CNC! Music Factory? The CNC Music Factory. Nice! I assume when you say CNC, you're talking about Music Factory, right? That's the CNC Music Factory. Everybody dance now! Fun, 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 fun. That kind of CNC? I bet you that's exactly what Astro Printer was doing. On his you know what, Astro Printer? He doesn't show. You know what? I think he only Astro Printer only shows like a certain part of his workshop, right? I bet you, like on the other side of the camera, he's got like a space shuttle kiddie ride that you normally see at a mall. Like so, you see, like he can just like go plunk in a quarter and like, and the blast off. Is that? That's what Astro Printer does. Is that? I do not drink Mountain Dew. I do not. That's not something I drink. I don't drink a lot of I don't drink really any sugary beverages at all. I decaf. Actually, no. This morning I did try a little bit of caffeine. CNC Music Factory played at your grad night. Nice, Eclipse Empire. Building a laser here for Christy. Nice. I'm cracking Ethan up. Well, that's my job. If you look at my job description, it says streaming live on Twitch. Cracking Ethan up.
The Midnight Smith cheered X100. We got a hype train incoming.
Well, thank you, the Midnight Smith. Appreciate you. Whoa, we're at level 2 hype train already? So soon? Really? Got lots of lasers. Pew 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 pew. Well, Ethan, that is the son of Marcus. Ethan, I got a special treat for you. Emperor Palpatine, since we're in a hype train, is going to be visiting the stream. Emperor Palpatine is coming. You've heard of Santa Claus coming to town. Now, this is Emperor Palpatine. Okay, so we got the hype train graphic going. Let me go get Emperor Palpatine. Be back in a sec. Just don't go anywhere. Because Palpatine takes time to prepare. First thing he does is he freezes me in the Force. Because I'm a force to be reckoned with. And then... Ah! Hello, my pitiful friends.
Hello. Dex 100.
Well, look at that chair. Thank you, Cisnerd Tech and Coda 120 and Cisnerd Tech again for that.
Coda 120 cheered X101.
Oh, and Kurt also clipped Chris embarrassing himself. Oh, this is great. First, let me say hello. Thank you, Cisnerd Tech, again for the support. Let me say hello to Ethan. Hello.
Tech cheered X100.
Thank you again for that. So for those of us who came in on the raid, what's the printer? On the printer.
Jerry cheered X100.
Jerry, once again, thank you for that. Very appreciated that cheer and a shout out. Did I give a shout? I'm sorry, did Chris give a shout out to Jerry?
Cisnerd Tech cheered X200.
Cisnerd Tech cheering 200. Eclipse Empire perfect 60. I ordered 66. So anyway, Ethan, hello. I'm friends with your daddy. What is on the printer? I'm glad you asked. It is currently a black Chrysanthemum, a character previously only known in the Marvel comics for Star Wars. It is a Wookiee bounty hunter. So this is actually the Chewbacca figure that is being printed, but I'm going to make it Black Chrysanthemum because he's awesome, and we've seen him in the Book of Boba Fett now. No spoilers there, really. But I printed a Darth Vader in this filament yesterday. It's a figure here. So I'm doing a Chewbacca one now, if that makes sense. That is what is on this Prusa Mini. So these figures, they come in pieces. Look, can you see Darth Vader? Look at Darth Vader's hair. This is Darth Vader's hair.
100. Palby smells like black K'Arsentins but woo Wookie.
I kind of do. Look at that. Who just shot me in the foot? Which one of you just shot me in the foot? Nerf herders. Alright, the Midnight Smith.
Midnight Smith cheered X100. Let's blow through level 3.
Let's do it. Let's blow through level 3. So this is the Vader. This is Vader on a bad hair day. Do you see that? Ethan, can he borrow your comb? If Ethan's still there. Ethan probably got distracted, saw a shiny object across the room. Not interested in Palpatine. So anyway, this is it's an articulated figure. Oh, I get very gassy when it comes to talking about Star Wars here. I apologize for that. Did not mean to blow out your speakers. Or maybe I did. Oh, he had to run off to bed. Yikes. That's bedtime. I remember having a bedtime. I know now I have adult responsibility. Very good, Liz. Thank you. Very, very, very good. I love these figures, right? So the Black Chrysanthemum that I'm printing is also going to be articulated. This is how the Vader ultimately turned out.
Show me
very well.
what you
so
got.
That's what's being printed. Mink Customs. Let me give you Mink Customs a link to where you can download all of these awesome figures. The artist's name is Aitor. He runs the account Play Action. They're very Playmobil-esque figures. They come together differently. They've definitely evolved over time. Some come together better. The newer ones come together better than others. But you can print your own in resin or in filament here, FDM printing works just as well. Yeah, this is what I'm doing, a Black Chrysanthemum, which is the bounty hunter Wookiee. The Wookiee. Are you pewing me? Why are you... There's the laser. That's the laser thing right there. The pew pew. Oh, we made it to 59% on level 3. Thank you so much. Oh, there's 30 seconds left. I'm not sure if we're going any further on the hype train, but thank you so much for your support. You're keeping this Death Star spinning for another day. I appreciate that more than you can ever know. And now it's your turn to clean the Death Star latrine. Good night to you, Sis Nerd Tech. Thank you, the Midnight Smith, for that sub, gifting it to Zetron1138, which is a perfect number, as well as the anonymous thing, the sound effect that was played there. I'm going to give everybody some points. I'm going to say we made it pretty much all the way through level 3. Let's go ahead and give everybody 300,000 points that you can use to gamble and do other assorted things like dueling. Thank you, Marcus, for that. What do you call it when Batman skips church? Christian Bale. Well, that's funny. Horrid72, you must be a dad. Yes, 42 may be the meaning of life, the universe, and everything, but the best number is 66. That's what I order. Now I'm going to let Chris go to come back here to keep you all entertained. done yet, Palpy? Cheese and crackers. That guy just talks and talks and talks and talks and talks. Get your own stream! Seriously, he's like, oh. You know what I should do? I should do a VTuber thing, but I should have like an Emperor Palpatine VTuber and like do a whole stream as Emperor Palpatine. I'll do a VTuber Emperor Palpatine. Hello! What? What do you want? Leave me alone. So I'll have a and then I can do another like Darth Vader style. Okay, I think I've got my VTuber figured out. I'll do a VTuber Palpatine, and then a VTuber Vader, and do that. And I can be a VTuber some nights. Some nights, seriously, I would dedicate like, oh, it's time for Darth Vader to come in, and then I pop over and do a VTuber Darth Vader for the night. Don't you think that'd be fun? I want to try the VTuber thing. Do an interview with Palpy? The problem with Palpatine is his voice kind of grates on you. Like it just... Palpatine is not easy, as it were, to emulate. Definitely need... I do not have a beverage. Never mind. With lightning. So let me show everybody what I got today. Because I know you've been waiting. That I've geeked out and did some entrepreneurial discussions earlier tonight. Thank you for listening to me ideate and go off on the things that I was talking about earlier. Thank you for the patience. I know you're not all creators, but for those who are, I'm glad that you may be interested in the thing that I'm now talking about working on. If you missed the conversation, and you are a creator, and you're interested in hearing what I'm thinking about, in terms of enabling creators, let me know. I'm not necessarily going to dive into it again tonight, but, can send you a link to where my ideas have been formulating based upon all my experience. Ideate, bloviate, enough, close enough? Yes, agreed. Okay, so I can turn off the hype train drawing graphic there. Post link. I'll share it with you. I don't know. Okay, so basically it's... How do I explain it? Building value for creators as they... are either beginning or continuing on their journey of being an independent creator. So events, content, as well as like discounts for industry stuff. So effectively like a membership site, and creating on a regular basis and driving this on a regular basis. I do have a link where I've fleshed out all this out, like a SWOT analysis and everything. But it's effectively building a membership value based upon things I'm already doing. Inspiring other creators. I've had plenty of experience inspiring other creators. Plenty of experience creating content myself. Plenty of experience creating events. Plenty of experience streaming. Stay Alive 7! Here's a shout out. By the way, Stay Alive, I watched one of your streams the other day. I didn't understand anything about it. I mean, you were doing well, not the Old Republic. It was Star Wars. Was it the Old Republic? It was one of the Star Wars Republic games. But Stay Alive is another person. If you're interested in Star Wars and you're like Sith Lord Brit, you're probably going to be very interested in Stay Alive 7. But let me show you some of the things that I got. This is the thing that I meant to do at the top of the show, but I really went in deeper in talking about what I wanted to do to help creators. I'll talk about it again, Astro Printer, too. I'm not trying to cut the conversation, but basically I'm beginning the ideating and working through the process of coming back to my roots as an entrepreneur and launching a membership site for creators. And that includes content, and that includes value, like partnership, like negotiating good prices on services and tools for creators across the board. So that's the crux of it. Launching a membership site. And I was talking through it, and people, they weren't really giving me feedback, but they seemed to like what I was talking about. So the idea is that I can actually take what it is that I'm doing anyway, like providing inspiration and being a part of the creator's journey, not just inspiring them and then letting them go. Like, that's usually what happens. They go out, they take off, and they're like, hey, Chris, thank you for inspiring me. That's great. But it was a transaction. It was very transactional in nature. And I want to try to continue to build that relationship with creators of any kind. So it'll be a membership site. And I'm working through how, when, where, etc. But yes, Stay Alive 7. Trust me. When this happens, I'm gonna give it a go. I don't know how it's gonna work yet. But yeah, it'll be something that I'll be talking about you know, not every day prolifically, but like, you know, certainly saying, okay, this weekend I'm talking to such and such in the creator conversation over on creatoradvocate.com or whatever. Creator Advocate was the old brand for that pivoted from Vlogger Fair, the event that I did in the later years with Liz. I'm going to wait for you to completely fall, Astro Printer, and ooh, the gears are in overdrive for sure. You hit the snow, that's something. Let me show everyone, this is what I got tonight. I don't even know if we have any mods right now, but this is something that apparently I ordered. I'm like, I did. I think this was from Disney. Shop Disney had one, and I have a smaller one of these, but it's like a gingerbread Vader. This was like 50% off. I'm like, I'm like, come on, it's a gingerbread Vader stuffy, a cookie. 50% off. Looks like a pet toy, but it doesn't actually squeeze and squeak. So I have the small version of that. Now I have the larger one. Speaking of Book of Boba Fett. This is the Diamond Select Boba Fett figure. The second one that I have, this one came in a box, structured differently. The quality's not great. It kind of got bent and warped, but no mods at all. We all ran away to Hawaii. Well, that's not a surprise. You followed Krusty. So, this is Boba Fett, 7-inch scale figure. I've got another one of him in a package that I don't feel is as good as this one. So I'm going to open the other one potentially tomorrow when I take this down. I also had a chance to order on Disney's website the Boba Fett Key. This is the new collectible for the Book of Boba Fett. So this makes me complete for the Star Wars Disney keys. I've got a full collection of these. Not that there have been that many, but you know, I lucked into getting the full collection when I found one of them thrifting. Saved a pretty good amount on that one. So there's the Book of Boba Fett Key. Then yesterday I showed the Darth Revan figure. Today what arrived is a new Leia figure. Oh, whoa. This tape did not come down all the way. So Leia's got an archive. She's also available... Well, no, this is a different facial sculpt. This is like the third or fourth Leia facial sculpt. These archive waves are the best way to get some of the older figures basically reissuing. Potentially with new facial sculpts. Potentially. Then I also got, I think this is like the fourth iteration of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Proud to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. I ended up getting one of these, like the original one. I found it in a thrifting bag, and the facial sculpt was bad. It was like the first series of the Black series that were released, bad by comparison, really bad. Showed you Revan already, but I also got, and I should have probably grabbed more, 501st Legion Clone Trooper. I want to army build, or I would prefer to army build these. This is the other one, the archive wave. This box is not in great condition, so I'm probably going to end up opening this one. So, yeah, I got those today. It's a good day when you get a Star Wars figure. That's my humble opinion. Some of y'all may disagree. That's okay. You're welcome to disagree here. I will take the disagreements. Printing one now for video. Wait, what? What are you printing, Jerry? A Star Wars something? You love Leia, you collect a ton of her stuff? Well, stay alive, 7. This one seems to be a reissue of the recent... I mean, it looks very familiar. Nothing really different about this from Soft Goods down. It doesn't look really demonstrably any different from the newer facial sculpts from the previous Black Series wave if you had it. But the Leia that you probably should be watching out for if you hadn't is the it's the Power of the Force carded Leia, Celebration Leia, that had not been produced in the Black Series scale, the 6-inch scale. If you did not have that one, that has been released. That is out now. So that's another one that you may want to keep on card. This one may not be as interesting as on card. Oh, Boba Fett. You're printing a Boba Fett. Yeah. It is the Power of the Force Black Series commemorative. I think it's a commemorative. Let me see. Let me see if I can get you the link. Stay alive, so you have it. Leia Celebration Black Series. It's not the archive wave. This is not an affiliate link, so unfortunately I make no money with it. But this is it right here. I make no money with this. This is my problem. Is I bleed all this value. This is why I'm saying I want to create a membership site for creators, so that the affiliate links are like, okay, all the creators, they're all over there. Because, you know, piecemeal, onesie, twosie stuff, I would have made maybe, I would have been lucky to have made $5 on that referral for Stay Alive. So it's building the affiliate link is just not, it's not, at that point, it's not worth it. It's too one-offy. But happy to help if you're into the Leia thing. I'm trying to think of any other recent Leia things that I've encountered. Oh, you tweeted out with new pictures. That's an awesome one. I told you Stay Alive 7, especially on card. Number one, unique because of the sculpt. Oh, look at that. Free Heathen. I'm telling you, man. Look at that. Free Heathen's all over it. Free Heathen is all over this. I love it. Thank you, Free Heathen. Free Heathen, I do that. Like, if people post original tweets, I mean, sometimes I'll accelerate, like, hey, I'm watching Chris Perillo. Sometimes I will accelerate that during the course of the show. Sometimes, not all the time. But, like, if you post, like, original screenshots and stuff, that is usually, okay, immediate retweet. Seriously, because it helps. Because that helps me while I'm streaming. People who might be in my network saying, oh, I didn't know Chris was streaming. Let me click over. It's very, very helpful. I appreciate it. I really do. Stay Alive 7. I don't have it here with me now. Otherwise, I'd hold it up. I got 2. One to open, one to keep in the box. If they go on sale, maybe 3. One for Jedi. I didn't go that far because she's got a Leia, like the archive wave here. But that was a good one. It was a good one. You do laser wood burning. I do build a Boba Fett. Oh, Eric, that's so awesome. I'm so jealous. Now, I assume that's what Astro Printer was doing. You were talking about CNC. I assume y'all have those fancy laser printers, laser cutters or whatever. But, man, that is so awesome. It's cool because I found some things that would look really cool if they were, like, laser cut. I mean, I would be Star Warsing 24/7. With like, laser cut all the Star Wars things. Seriously, I mean, this just... I don't know what I would do. It would be a hobby. I don't think I could turn 3D printing for myself into a business. I don't think that's the direction I want to go. For a business, I'm more into the education, inspiration, the stuff that I was talking about for creators. That to me is more probably the approach that I would take. We have laser CNC 3D printers and some metal casting. It's all a hobby. Yeah, that's all a hobby. It's a nice hobby. You're buying it? Nice. Hasbro doesn't care. Hasbro's like, hey, we got his money. Ah. You made Darth earrings. Nah, that's the way to do it. That's the right way to 3D print anything. Star Wars it. The rocker on screen's really cool. Yeah, Jerry, I got it a year ago from CNEUP76. He had a library of Star Wars video. And I'm like, there are certain things that I turn on ad hoc, like, ad at the chat. So an ad appears over the chat. It's just a video loop. And then I had that walker once on this screen while I'm 3D printing. So, like, it's off here, but then it's on here. And the idea behind it is that it looks like it's on the bed. At the right angle, it turns out kind of cool. So it creates that fun little effect. Boba Fett armored premium electronic helmet. Yeah, I don't have the Black Series helmet, unfortunately, for Boba Fett. We have another Boba Fett helmet. Not as fancy, not as nice. Sometimes when they go on sale, I'm inclined to grab them. I'm a sucker for Star Wars sales. But happy to make the referral stay alive. Happy. I'm trying to think of any other recent Leia stuff that I've seen, though. That's the most recent. Yeah. I can't think of anything else. I don't chase the Leia stuff. I watch for it, but there's not a lot of Leia stuff. You find more, like, newer, like, well, Grogu, naturally, but, like, Vader is kind of perennial. So getting a Vader stuffy, this is more frequent than Leia. Boba Fett's more frequent. Yoda's more frequent. Because they're easier they're more branded, right? Boba Fett's more branded. Like Grogu, Yoda, these are iconic Star Wars, as opposed to a human likeness. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, not as brandable in terms of opportunities. You find them every so often, though. It is possible. And by the way, did we get a shout out to Astro Printer? If we didn't, thank you. And thank you for bringing everybody in the raid. And I know on nights like these, you just don't know. It's like, there's so many amazing content creators. Astro Printer, if you ping me, if you just message me or something, I can send you the link to where I've been building I've just been fleshing out, like sketching out, like even refining and editing, and like here's this, and I need to write that down. This is the thing, and this is why I've done that. It basically is not the business plan, but basically a high level plan. You have one of 7,000 posters ever made for the 2017 Orlando Star Wars Celebration. Framed it this year. Nice. I don't chase posters. We don't have the wall space. I don't chase posters. Or I don't really chase autographs either. I do have autographs that I lucked into. A fan had sent a few of them to me. I've actually lucked into a lot of the Star Wars stuff that I have either gifted or sent, thrifted, purchased on sale. You know, when there's an opportunity to do that, for sure. Big Fan asks, am I going to watch Marvel Eternals on Disney Plus? Yes, potentially even tonight. Even though I'm going to attenuate my expectations because it's my understanding that it was a miss. Leia tribute for the 40th anniversary. You would appreciate it. Oh, the poster? I think I want to. I may have Carrie Fisher's autograph, not personalized, on a lithograph. But I don't collect autographs. I know some people are like really into creating or collecting autographs. Feel like the selfie's the new autograph nowadays. TC Jamie, honestly, I would rather have a selfie than an autograph. I would rather spend time with someone than have an autograph. Let me put it this way. I've met certain determined as celebrities. I don't have their autographs. Sir Mix-a-Lot, no joke. We met at CES a few years ago, no joke. And we've had conversations, and meals together. We've shared at least 2 or 3 meals together, no joke. And that to me is more precious than having an autograph. It's far more precious because I've had a moment. I've had that lifetime memory. I've had a memory that's better than an autograph. Or like Tom Skerritt, and you know Tom Skerritt. What you know? Like, what, that name sounds familiar. No, Tom Skerritt, like from Top Gun. Tom Skerritt, I think he was in Ted. Briefly, he had a cameo in Ted. You've seen him before. You've seen him in like 1,000 different things. We met at a Microsoft event, of all things. He's a Seattleite. It's pretty amazing. But I have those moments. I've shared meals with him, and that to me is, you can't. That's priceless. Having an autograph. I mean, but at that point you're like, can I get your autograph? It's just weird, right? But like to say, I've broken bread with this guy, right? I've shared time. I've shared experience, and to me, is worth so much more. It's worth so much more than an autograph. An autograph's nice to look at. It's like, wow, I have this. This is great. And I've been asked for, I don't mind, autographing anything. But, like, that to me, that moment is worth so much more. To me, that experience, that moment, right? To have that moment. So, for example, Stay Alive 7, I did a video in, you bumped into Aaron Tippin? I don't know if I know the name, at a hotel, and Dr. Ben Carson on a flight. Okay, I don't want to go into that. But, wow. I did I was recently asked, hey, what was your proudest work accomplishment? And I didn't see it as work. I never viewed, until recent years, I didn't view what I did as work. I just enjoyed it, and I had fun, and I pursued it. Aaron's a country singer. Oh, great, cool. But I had a chance when I wrote it. I was like, what was the biggest work thing? I'm like, well, I at one point, very briefly, hosted live video in the Star Wars YouTube channel. For real. I was there in the Presidio, Lucasfilm headquarters, SF, and I hosted a stream. And bits of that are still around in the Star Wars channel, but and I think in my channel as well. But I did that, and that to me is like, people say, oh, what was your proudest moment when you hosted a TV show about technology for 2 years? No, it was for 10 minutes hosting a live video in the Star Wars YouTube channel. Because I'm not saying that's the closest I'm ever going to come to being in a Star Wars something, but that's priceless. That's some of the memorabilia I have from that. Hang on just a second. Let me grab it. Because this is like, it's crazy. Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. Wait a second. Did it fall? Who moved my cheese? Hang on. Where's the... Where's... That's not it. Now I can't find the thing I'm looking for. Hang on. It's here somewhere. I will find it. Where? Okay, I guess I moved it? Where'd it go? Dude, I know I have it somewhere. This is not good. I repeat, this is not... Where'd the hell did it go? I had the lanyard here somewhere. There's a lanyard here somewhere. Did I hang it up somewhere? Is it... Oh, there it is. There it is. Couldn't find it. Is that it? Star Wars Experience. There it is. Okay. So, give me a second. I'm getting there. I had to find it. I figured I moved it. I got... This was only issued... This is a non-transferable pass, no recording. This was issued at Lucasfilm headquarters for me, this badge. This is a countdown to Star Wars Force Friday. So I was a part of that. This isn't, but this is nothing. This is worthless. But it was that memory of having done it. That was like the pinnacle. That was the big thing. I also met Dave Filoni. That's correct. That was a moment too. I did ask for his autograph. I wasn't stupid. I'm like, dude, I'm here. Like, we were checking into the hotel at the same time. I'm like, it's like, hey, I just want to say thank you for doing what you do. Oh yeah, he was totally playing it cool. I said, I gotta tell you, I'm more excited for The Mandalorian than I was, I think, Rise of Skywalker, whatever. I was more excited for The Mandalorian launching than the new Star Wars movie, whichever one it was, and I've lost count as to which one it was, or track. He was really nice, and I was like, oh my god. I'm checking in, I'm like, okay, do you have something that I need? I already had a Sharpie on me, because I carry one when I travel. I have it in my vest. Like, do you have something you can autograph? So I got, like, it was a Disney card. It was like, I think it was a Star Wars Galaxy's Edge card that he autographed, and he put the little J guys, Captain Rex, on like, did the whole thing. I'm like, that was, and then of course I met Alden Ehrenreich. I got a video of him, didn't get his autograph, got a video of him saying hi to Jedi. That to me, you're right. The selfie was just much more. I didn't get a selfie with Dave. I couldn't bring myself to it. I'm like, Dave, can I get a selfie? Like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that. But I could get his autograph. It's just kind of, it's a balance, right? So, yeah, no, I mean, I totally feel it. Totally feel it. Meeting with NASA mission scientists is great. Oh, I bet. Anybody who's touched that, anybody who's been involved with that is just, is pretty amazing when you brush up against greatness. The Force Friday video. Oh, is that the Force? Thank you, Liz. Liz just linked off the Force Friday video where I was talking about being on the Star Wars YouTube channel. So that was, that was my biggest work accomplishment, was being in the Star Wars YouTube channel, on hosting live. They trusted me to host live video in the Star Wars YouTube. That was like it, and everything else is. I'm sorry, it was just downhill from there. I'm like, I've hosted television shows, like my own, like I would have killed to have parlayed that opportunity. Just the content's a different game, but it is what it is. It's funny. Oh, is that the vlog around it? Thank you. You were there when they invited me, were you? I was probably freaking out. It's like, oh my god! Yeah, that was a once in a lifetime type of experience. But it's the experience, right? It's the experience that drove me, not so much the everything else around it. I mean, I got memorabilia, but it's the memories more so than memorabilia to me that's valuable. Needed to write something down there. Still remember the guy who broke. Yeah, burnt nacho. Everyone remembers that. That to me, not a priceless moment. That was just another moment in time that I have to seemingly relive. Mighty Studios. How do I know this? Mighty Studios. Sounds familiar. Did they do games? They do games. It just sounds familiar. Sorry, they just started following me on Twitter, so I had to check them out. Check them out. Check it out. Check them out. Stay Alive asks, was that a big stage? Not really. Not really. It's just a quick stage. Like, propped up. Actually, was it a stage? Was it propped up? I don't know, but I remember freaking out, and my heart was just leaping through I just couldn't process going through that moment, because I had to hit all the beats. The only moment I remember planning for and practicing was like, we didn't know what BB-8 sounded like. That's when it happened, right? And I was like, it's like, oh, and then we'll get BB-8. We knew the character name, BB-8, but like, then we get BB-8 to fix the hyperdrive, and it was like, we don't know what BB-8 sounds like. So I started making up, I was like, I'm BB-8, and I'm gonna fix the hyperdrive with this really bad Australian accent. People laughed, they loved it, they ate it up. But it was that kind of fun that I was just like, people, you ask, like, what's your proudest accomplishment? It's the thing that you would do for the rest of your life, and that's what I would do for the rest of my life. That if I could do that, it would be that. So the other things that I've done, I've done them. It's okay. I've accomplished things. So I've written books, hosted radio shows, Star Wars. Like, content creating for Star Wars. That would be. If I put my mind to it, could I get hired to write or do content for Star Wars? I'm sure. The opportunities are there, but I'd have to move to San Francisco. Not viable. It would probably be a pay cut. Not viable. Like, there are certain things that would not happen. So it's like that. As much as it would be a dream, I have certain realities that I have to face as well. But that would be that moment. That would be it. Time for you to join. Oh, the Discord server. Oh, what are you posting, Liz? What are you doing? I don't know if I got behind the scenes shots, apart from the vlog that I was recording at that time. Oh, there we go. There are the links. Geek Father. So this would have been in the other channel? Oh, no, it got moved over. Oh, yeah. So is that the day I did it? No, this is the day before. I couldn't do much at Lucasfilm headquarters, though. Couldn't film a lot there. Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm just looking at the vlog here. That was the best. I think that vlog was uploaded after the fact, though, because it was low traffic, and that would have been at a time that Jedi was born, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure how well it would have trafficked at that time. I need a podcast. Now, there's so many podcasts. I'm not going to do another podcast. It'd be fun, but Twitches is about as close to a podcast as I get right now. My ultimate, if I could, travel teaching the public about astronomy and how the universe works. See, this is the thing. Everyone's got their thing, and it's going to be different, right? And that's the thing that I loved about being a creator, is that I've had an opportunity to pursue passions, interests, and explore and meet people and impact people's lives. Like, it's everything that you would want in a career. It's just that career trajectory was sidetracked for a lot of different reasons, and I needed something else, and I've currently found that something else, and I'm always looking forward into the future of how to build. Start somewhere and build. So I'm not saying that the creator advocate endeavor is going to be sorry, give me a second. I gotta close that. It's not going to be an immediate thing, but it's something that I'm going to work towards. It's definitely not a New Year's resolution, because we've passed New Year's. I hesitated to make any New Year's resolution this year. Good to see you, as Guardian Wookiee. I am printing a black chrysanthemum tonight. A very black Wookiee. That is very, very much Chewbacca. But, come on. It's a black Wookiee. It's black chrysanthemum. Let's face it. That's the only thing it could be. Black chrysanthemum. I had to do it. It would have been done by now if the filament didn't... hadn't coiled upon itself And I don't want to loosen the filament at all, but it got tied up, and then it basically cut off at the end. Luckily, it did not. It didn't. Get screwed up inside the system wherein I had to kind of clean things out, but it worked well enough. Hey, Nomi3. Hey, Patrick W3D. Good to see you over here. Shout out to Patrick. Another streamer here on Twitch. Another 3D printing dude or dudette. I'm saying there's dudes and dudettes, both. I'm not saying he's one or both. I'm just saying anybody can 3D print. I was watching a live stream. Liz messaged us the other night. Said, "Hey, this person is streaming live on TikTok," and then she was going through and talking about filament. There's a person who live streams filament stuff on TikTok. TikTok's one platform I have not live streamed on. I've threatened to do it, but I haven't done it because I'm not sure what I would do. How many of the printer mats have I gone through? Not really any. This is the only one that I've used for a year. I've kept it clean. I've been happy with it. I also have an Ulti stick, but the Ulti stick, unfortunately, I need to readjust my I think the probe is off, such that it's not going the hot end's not going low enough, so I can't get a good first layer for adhesion on the Ulti stick. But when that's resolved, and I just haven't done it yet, then I'll probably go through... Oh, Filament Stories. Yes, Liz, that was the name of the person streaming on TikTok. Filament Stories. She was fun. You showed up, then Fix'em Dude, then Repcord. Like, everyone showed up. And, like, everyone's here. Krusty was there. It was really funny. Vlog on TikTok. I don't think anybody would watch that. TikTok is a different type of beast. Like, even the vlogs, as I'm doing now. Yeah, so I did... Here's the problem, Astro Printer. I adjusted my Z offset as low as it could go, like the -2, and it was not low enough. Like, it needed to go lower, so something else needed to be adjusted. I went as low as I could, and it still was not low enough. That was the problem. So I think it's the Krusty suggested it's probably the probe. I couldn't force it to go any lower when I was trying to do it, because I know how to adjust do all that. That's simple enough. But this may take some other kind of adjustment. I just haven't done it. I'm horrible with maintenance. I'm horrible. I only have one printer. I'm horrible at maintenance. I'm managing to print. And Krusty said, "Oh, you just got lucky." I'm like, well, isn't that all of 3D printing? Like, I've had some failures, for sure. Like the failure when the filament snaps. Like this, it got printed halfway before dying, right? But, I save it all. And it'll get melted down. I'm not going to have a meltdown because it will be melted down. This Darth Vader is Black Darth Vader. I thought about printing another Black Darth Vader just to have a couple extra. As opposed to the Prushiment. The Prushiment Vaders don't print very well because they're loose with the limbs for some reason. Not as tight as I'd like them to be. They're not failures. They're learning opportunities. Yes. Well, let me put it this way. I've learned enough to leave well enough alone. That's my learning opportunity. My learning opportunity is like, hey, if I do this, or if I don't do this, things won't get screwed up. So I look to make things not screwed up. That's my goal. And by the way, people ask, hey, Chris, what's the secret to get me to get you to follow me on Twitter? Star Wars. That's not a lie. So that's why I just followed Stay Alive 7, Star Wars. It's almost perfunctory. You can't promise that with everybody necessarily. Sometimes, like, I'm scrolling through, I'm like, you're not tweeting Star Wars. I don't even care if it's my kind of Star Wars or not. It's Star Wars. The more Star Wars I have in my feed, the happier I am. And I was happy today watching the episode of the Book of Boba Fett. Tomorrow we'll talk spoilers. Tomorrow's all about the spoilers for the Book of Boba Fett. Tonight, not so much. Got to give people a little bit of time. Because if I attack them straight, if I just do it now, it's too soon. I don't do the midnight 30 like Yoko. It was good. It was. Like I said, it's hard for me to be disappointed in something that's entertaining. Did it entertain me? Yes. Am I interested? Yes. Is it Star Wars? Yes. Checks all the boxes for me. But here's the thing. I could be just as entertained by something in the MCU. I could be just as entertained. But I wouldn't consider, I'm a fan of the MCU, but that doesn't mean I'm rushing out and doing MCU this, that, and the other thing. Star Wars is just different. I have a feeling, though, if the MCU was the MCU back when I was a kid, it easily would have been my thing. Or one of my things. But it was the Star Wars figure. This figure, this type of figure would be the reason I would want to get a resin printer. Just this, I mean, because you'd be able to print things like this. But for me to get a resin printer, I would need to have the space for it. And that would mean electricity, an outlet, and the space. And I know what space I would have to use for it, most viable space, and there's not an electrical outlet where I would do it. No problem, Master Printer. Thank you very much. I sent you a DM, or a PM, or whatever they call it here, a Whisper Astro Printer. Long extension cord. I don't want to mess with the extension cord. It's just easier to get an outlet installed and go from there. Because I've got it like there's a table of sorts, a platform of sorts that could accommodate the wash and cure station as well as a printer. And I'd probably see if I could get a review unit for a Prusa. Because I mean, this was the best review unit I swear Prusa has ever sent out because it's sold so many of them. Which is a big win for them. That's what you want to have happen. But then, you know, it's a matter of I wouldn't be able to stream it as easily because of where it's at, but it would have to be in the garage because of the chemicals and the muss. Wireless energy transfer tech, maybe one day. Papa Bear. Do I think more effort should be spent on making a good movie? A lot of movies recently have cool visuals, editing, effects, music, but really ruined by bad acting, boring story that makes no sense. Honestly, I'd rather them keep doing what they're doing. I don't think movies are as important as they used to be. And I think so many movies could have been live action series. Or I think so many movies could have been Netflix or HBO Max. Like, releasing in theaters, I'm not saying the time is come and gone. But, like, you know, having your tentpole, you know, flagship based upon films, I think that era is changing. And I'm very grateful that it is. Because I love the series that I watch. And I can't say that I love a lot of the movies that I see, right? I enjoy them sometimes. I'm like, okay, I'll watch the movie. I'm much more interested in, believe it or not, spending more time watching a series than I am watching a movie. Because there are so many movies that I've inevitably been disappointed in. I'm like, eh. But a series, I feel like I've got more time to get involved. So I feel like I'm much more of a series person than I am a film person. As much as I enjoy films, as much as I enjoy movies. I just much rather, I guess, find that the same story, characters, or whatever, more fleshed out in a series than in a film. Everyone's different. Some people love films, but I'm not. I guess I'm not as you know, as hell bent on, oh, it's got to be a movie, it's got to be a film, it's got to be in theaters. I'm like, I don't know. Most movies, sadly, are made for a quick buck. You know, Papa Bear AZ, let's take, for example, The Matrix. The Matrix 4, Radiation, Rendition, Rumpelstiltskin. What is it? What the hell is it called again? Ragnarok? Restitution? Resurrections, that's it. That's what it was. Hang on. That might actually be a good clip.
Oh, CNC! Music?
That's a different one. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Let's take, for example, The Matrix.
I'm going to download this. There we go. Tweeting that. Feel Matrix 4 is better than Matrix 3. Matrix NFTs. Oh, someone asked earlier if I was going to do not NFT, but Not OKR. DAO. DAO. I didn't reply to it because I'm an idiot. I should have. But anyway, the Matrix movie. I feel Matrix 4 suffered because it was a movie. The Matrix Resurrections, thank you, Mystery Goat, should have been a live-action series. We would have had far more time with the characters, far more to explore. But it felt, I don't know, it felt plastic. And quite honestly, I can't think of any movie that came out of HBO Max that would have been a simultaneous release in theaters that I'm not going to say wouldn't recommend to anybody, but like I'd rewatch or say was a good movie. Like I was paying for it anyway. HBO Max got good streaming series, but I don't know. They just, meh. I just wasn't interested at all. Did I buy the new Matrix game demo? Try the new Matrix. No, I didn't. I didn't download the demo. I don't download a lot of demos. I don't play a lot on the PC as much as others do, certainly. But yeah, I totally missed the mentioning DAO on the other one, but my bad, my mistake. I've said if Matrix 4 was intended to be the first part of the new trilogy, it'd be fine, but by itself feels like an idea they didn't know what to do with. Kind of, Mystery Goat. It's like it would have been better if they built up more and we had more background and more got to know the characters rather than these transitionals. It was done like a film, which is fine for a film, but it's like, And then look at the way that the sequel trilogy was managed. I enjoyed the sequel trilogy. I very much enjoy it. It's canon to me. I loved the sequel trilogy. But I believe it could be argued that it should have been done better because it came out after the fact that they didn't have a plan for it. I'm like, what? Can you imagine launching one episode of a series and not having a plan for the series? Like, that's basically what they did with the sequel trilogy. I'm like, I understand that with the original trilogy because they didn't know there was going to be a second one or a third one. Like, I feel that the prequels suffered for a different reason. Like, it's just that kind of stuff should have been mapped out, like, from the beginning. And I feel that the next one they do, if it's a trilogy, damn well better do it that way. And a Star Wars movie better be, like, really good. Because the series, what I get from these Star Wars series are, like, for the Book of Boba Fett or The Mandalorian is I get to know the characters. New locations. Longer stories. More time to breathe and think and process. Characters. Plot, story, all these elements. Like, now we're exploring not just Boba Fett, but we're getting a feeling for how he got to where he got and how his leadership style evolved and what he's trying to do and what kind of person he is. In Boba Fett, for as much as he's had a hardened, a hard life, and he's hardened as a character, still very much has a heart, and we see that through the plight of the Tusken Raiders. And it's about him and his character development and what kind of leader he's trying to be and how he's trying to move past his beginnings as a bounty hunter and trying to see himself as more of a bounty hunter. And I can empathize with that. I reached a point in my career trajectory where I was creating content but hadn't quite figured out how to do more than just create content. This is why I tried to pivot Vlogger Fair to Creator Advocate. It didn't work for a lot of different reasons. Didn't work, but it wasn't because I didn't see that as what it needed to be. I needed to find a different way to use my experience and leverage my experience to be a part of something greater than just myself, or to build and be a part of building something greater than just myself. That brought me to the path that I'm on at Intel, right? Completely different path than what I've been on. And I'm still very much on my creator journey. But remember, the path to success looks like this. And I look around and I can see many things that I could have done better on. 1,000 things that I could have done better on. But where I get frustrated is when I see the things that I've succeeded with. I'm like, I did that. And that makes me proud, but it also frustrates me because I know I have it within me to do it. if all the stars align and certain things happen the way that they need to happen. So that's why I was going into talking about, and I will. This is not the first or last time. Well, this is not the last time you're going to hear me talking about building a creator advocate membership site for fellow creators at all, because I'll be validating this with friends and colleagues. Talking about it here, especially when I know I'm talking to other creators, before I have something that's kind of firmed up and shaped up, if only to see, find a lead on a potential, someone to bring in for the initial biz dev stuff. Because I can't do it alone. I cannot do it alone. That's the thing. People think that success... No. Like, there are some people who say, oh, they do it on their own. Like, no, they don't. They have support. They have massive support. Nobody can do it on their own. Nobody. You can't do it on your own. And I don't have the help that I need to be able to do the thing that I need to do right now. I don't. And I've taken an assessment. And it's like, if it's going to work, it's going to need elbow grease and, drive and understanding and, the right amount of time. But I'm driven. I'm an individual who's driven to do it. And, finding the support for that is not as easy as opening up a want ad or talking to, hey, you're a warm body, can you do this? There are some people like, hey, you're a warm body, I need you to do this. But in a time where you're trying to put something together like that, it takes more. Live streaming like this, would it be better if I had someone else managing this, that, and the other thing? Yeah, but I don't. So it's just me. So I've got to figure out how to make it work, and I do. This I can handle on my own. This I can do on my own. When it comes to deeper coordination and deeper levels of engagement, it needs to be, there needs to be a team, right? Rebuilding the Locker Gnome team, effectively, which would now be the creator advocate team. Rebuilding the team. Sequel should have been a single stories that should combine it into a trilogy. Yeah, I agree, Mystery Goat. They just didn't play it that way, which is really unfortunate. I had no plan on letting Black Chrysanthemum run all the way through for whatever it's worth. There was no plan apart from me jumping on and babbling for the next little while. I think I've covered everything that I was hoping to cover. Showed you everything I needed to show. Talked about at length the Creator Advocate membership site / plan / idea. Geeked out about Star Wars. Check. Talked a little bit about Book of Boba Fett, but tomorrow we'll talk spoilers tomorrow. So you've got time to watch it. I don't want to hear anybody complaining and say, you talk spoiler. I'm going to warn everybody. Tomorrow is spoiler territory for the Book of Boba Fett. Latest episode. I'm giving everybody a day. Y'all got a day. Make it count. Watch the book. Have your homework done. Good, Papa Bear. Because tomorrow is spoiler territory. I don't care. I will warn people in the title. Like, it's going to be warned. I'm not going to talk. It's going to be straight up. In fact, I may even give it another watch tomorrow. You'll watch it tonight for sure. I'm late. You're late. Stay alive. That's it. I'm unfollowing you on Twitch and Twitter right now. I cannot believe. Oh, trust me, I get it. There's some people who stay up late. I'm like, I can't. I got to go to sleep, dude. I want to watch it with fresh eyes. I have to. So I'm going to watch it again. Not really watching for anything in particular. Maybe to take notes. Like, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about this. And it's a series. It's great. It's great to have another series. Then tomorrow, I will have a completed Black Chrysanthemum. I don't think I'm going to be painting him necessarily because he's got the white, the Wookiee white up here. And I think he's got like shoulder things and the blue wrist thing. I don't want to get into that. Because then it gets sloppy and messy. And I don't like doing something that I'm like, that's just really, that looks horrible. I want to create things that are like, okay, this looks great. Chrysanthemum. No, not chrysanthemum. Black Chrysanthemum. Black Chrysanthemum. Black Chrysanthemum. I knew how to say that even when he was in the comic. I'm like, Black Chrysanthemum. Because I'm like, I'm going to see this name over and over again. I got to know how to say it. Black. Or if you know Shriwook, Black Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum. Black Chrysanthemum. No, not Kurt Santon. Kurt. Grosser. You are so gross. I like rating people when Kurt's there, because then everyone says, "Hey, thank you for following Kurt Grosser." Like, that's gotta suck, dude. Try being Perilio. Perilio. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's fine. People mispronounce my last name all the friggin' time. That's great. It's cool. You got the p right. Give you that. You said Chris. I get it. I get it. As opposed to the Midnight Smith. Midnight Smith raids, and people say, "Thank you for the raid, the Midnight Smythe." No one says that. No one does that. Or at least Stay Alive 7's got you. "Thank you for the raid, Stay Alive 7." That makes sense. You could say that. But if you're an idiot who uses, you know, his name or her name, it's not easy to pronounce, like, you get Patrick Weed. Oh, that's funny. So, Patrick Weed, what were you doing tonight? How high did your numbers get tonight, Patrick Weed? Actually, technically, you wouldn't be Weed, you'd be Wed. The W3D, Wed. People mess up Pezliz sometimes. Oh, I believe it. Oh, I trust me, I've messed up so many usernames. Hell, every time Marcus comes in here, I always like, Ethan's dad, 3D I have to say the whole damn thing. Because once I start down the path of Ethan, then I gotta see it all the way through, because he's not Ethan, he's Ethan's dad. Poor Marcus. Poor Marcus. Poor Marcus. There he is, see? See, now Ethan, when he's older, he's gonna have to be Marcus's son 3D, Ethan. That's his handle is already predetermined. Marcus's son 3D Ethan. Jedi's gonna grow up. She's gonna, you know, stream or whatever. Oh, you gotta follow Jedi Pearl. Really? What's your real name? Jedi? No, really. Jedi. Shut up. Really? What's your name? Jedi. Really? Her name means something. Like, that's awesome. You want to talk about, like, hi, my name's Chris. Oh, cool, my name's Joe. Like, okay, nice to meet you, Joe. Like, hi, my name's Jedi. Dude, that is so awesome. Like, dude, come on. That is the perfect icebreaker. Her name is the perfect icebreaker, and it means something. She's named after every one of the maternal units in our family. And Jedi means something. She fights for justice in the galaxy. She defends every bit of life in the galaxy. Like, that is, it's the perfect name. Perfect name. Perfect! I don't care if she doesn't like Star Wars. My name's Chris, and I'm an agnostic. So, what are you gonna do? But the name Chris is just not, it sucks. I'm sorry, it sucks. Because everybody has it. I have to go by so many damn nicknames everywhere I go. It's not just Chris, but it's got to be Chris P. Great, so I'm Crispy. Great, it's great. Always what I wanted for myself. Dan says, I made something. You're talking about a mouthful here. DB3D makes made something, and I'm testing it now, hoping you still love me after you see it. Uh-oh. Crispy bacon. Yeah, but I'm vegan, so I can't even enjoy that. Hashtag Crispy. I follow Chris Perillo and Chris Perillo. There's a Chris Perillo club. It's very exclusive, but we've known of each other because there's Chris Perillo and Chris Paril, and we had like a Twitter thread. It was great. It was awesome. Yeah, I follow Chris Perillo because he's been mistaken for me. I've never been mistaken for him, but he's been mistaken for me. It's really funny. I said, I'm sorry. I guess I'm the most famous Chris Perillo. What about tofu bacon? Don't get me started. Blah. KFC has Beyond Chicken. I'm sure it's good. I tell you what, the chicken that we had from not Papa John's, Panda Express was great, and we got a great deal on it too. That was good stuff. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the alt meats, especially if you fry them up. They don't taste any different to me. It's a snack food. as far as I'm concerned. Snacky. Yummy, snacky. Delicious. You're unique unless you go to Germany. Oh, yeah, well, of course, unless you go to Germany, because then it's all, you know, Sprickens at what? You know, I get it. Dankeschön and all that stuff. If they do decide to continue Star Wars movie series, they need to have an actual story and not just a mishmash. Yeah, we totally just covered that. Panda Express is good. They stuffed everything we got. Panda Express, like, we got one hell of a deal. I don't know how Diana did it, but like they stuffed it with stuff. Facebook recommended someone with the same name as me as a friend. We already had 2 friends in common. So weird. It's just bizarre. There aren't a lot of Chris Perillos out there, but there are, and I've met a couple of them. Is that wobbling? Was that? I don't think it was wobbling. Hopefully I was seeing things. Sorry, I think I was seeing things. That would not be good. You get emails from other Liz Bradshaws over the world. This is hell. This is hell. What is going on? So tonight, who is streaming? Disc 1 of 5. They rated us the other day.
What else do we got?
Oh, his mic is terribly overdriven right now. He's 3D printing right now. He's coding. He's doing a PKE meter. He's printing a Ghostbusters PKE meter with like a Wi-Fi, like a spectrometer, and he's developing it. His mic is really overdriven though. I don't know if he's family friendly, but we're totally rating this guy because he rated us. So again, he's 3D printing in the stream. He's developing, he's coding his own PKE meter, Ghostbusters PKE meter with a Wi-Fi spectrometer. So cool. I love this. So we are totally rating this guy. I'm sure he's gonna freak out because he's got 2 people watching. His mic is overdriven, so I may have to say, hey, your mic is a little overdriven. I hate doing that to creators, but it's true. But give him a follow, as I did. This is a great project. Can't wait to see it come to fruition. Really cool. Get those Perla Raider emotes ready if you are a sub. If you're not a sub, maybe someone will gift it to you. I don't know. Thank you to all the streamers, all the creators who came in tonight. If you are a creator and you're interested in hearing of what I want to develop as a creator platform, feel free to drop me a line. Be happy to send you my thinkings on that. Because I'm looking for feedback in possible direction and like, yeah, Chris, I would support this kind of thing. So thank you once again. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the force be with you always. Papa Bear AZ, thank you for being here. I would say largely for the duration, as well as many of you like Eclipse Empire, Nomi3, by and large, Stendhal, of course, Mark H and NC. You are definitely always welcome. Stay Alive 7, thanks again for that raid. And I don't think we've had a chance to raid you back, but I will. Absolutely, I will return the favor. Unless we did. Did we raid Stay Alive? No, we didn't. I would have remembered that. I totally would have remembered. Kurt's letting us know it's time to go. Those Perla Raider emotes. Here we go. Gonna Tusken raid this guy. Disc 1 of 5. Again, 3D printing, doing his own code and everything. Printing and everything. A PKE meter. Ghostbusters PKE meter. Just the most incredibly geeky thing. I want to find more of this kind of creator. I love finding this kind of creator. People who are like genuinely making and creating and like geeky. Nerdy. I just love it. So give him a follow because I have a feeling after he raided the other night, it was a great way to come onto my radar. I have a feeling he's one of us. Don't have any idea if he's family friendly. Doesn't bother me. May bother you. But here we go. Tusken rating. Wait, I get to do it with the shirt because I got my Tusken Raider shirt. In 3, 2, 1. See everybody tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific. Specifically at 6 p.m. Pacific. Talking spoilers of the Book of Boba Fett, the episode 3. Tusken rating, 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right, disc 1 of 5. Here we go.
Oh, jeez, I don't even have the screen on. Whoa, what do we got here? Chris! Welcome, Chris! Hey, how's it going, my dude?
All good.
Welcome! Hey everyone, I'm Disc 1 of 5. I do electronics. We're just working on the Ghostbusters PKE meter right now. Chris, thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? Yeah, here, let me show you what I got. Oh, wait a second. Before we do that, we got a little RGB effect from our friend Duos here.
What?
And
Oh,
this is a
cool,
little bit of
cool.
spam chat, but let me just take care of that here.